Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. July is coming and it will be time for Austin Reaves to decide whether to accept a contract extension. Many analysts are saying that he will be traded, so as not to leave for free in 2026. Reaves will look for a new contract with a higher value, especially after his performance in the regular season. But Lakers owner Jeannie Buss made a strong statement. It is decided, the Lakers will re-sign Austin Reaves, as he is part of the Lakers' future along with Luka Doncic. Jeannie Buss also said that if he declines the contract extension, the Lakers will match offers from rival teams and Austin will remain in Los Angeles for many years. Austin Reaves is eligible for a contract extension with the Lakers in July 2025. If he declines the extension, which some NBA analysts predict, Reaves will opt to test the market as a free agent in 2026. While anything can happen during the summer, Lakers fans shouldn't assume Austin Reaves is on his way out of Los Angeles. Austin Reaves entered the 2025 playoffs as the best player on the Lakers behind LeBron James and Luka Doncic. His name was consistently thrown as part of the team's Big Three and was viewed as a rising star who had a chance to make his mark during a postseason run. Then the playoffs happen. Under the scrutiny and pressure of being the star guard, Reaves shriveled up in the moment like a raisin left out in the sun. He averaged 16.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists in the first-round series against the Wolves. These were well below his season averages, and his points were lower than any of his other playoff runs despite an uptick in minutes and field goal attempts. It's important to note that Austin wasn't fully healthy during this playoff series. After the Lakers were eliminated, it was reported that Reaves was dealing with a big toe sprain during the series' final 2 games. That injury would typically take a player out of games for multiple weeks. This poor outing, which resulted in the number 3 seed Lakers mustering just 1 win, has fans and people around the league wondering if Reaves is next on the chopping block. Has he now become D'Angelo Russell, the Lakers' starting guard who will constantly be in trade talks until he is ultimately moved? In his most recent newsletter, Dan Woik of the LA Times said that while Austin can be traded, it's unlikely given the current market. 2. He's not viewed as untradeable because almost no one in the NBA is untradeable. But if the Lakers are going to trade him for a center, they're going to want one that is foundationally important, a build-around type and not a fill-in toward the obvious need they have at center, and will need to address in other ways. If one of the best centers in the NBA were available, the conversations might be different, but at least now, during the first part of the offseason, that just isn't the case. If the trade sending Anthony Davis to Dallas and Luka to Los Angeles taught us anything, it's that no one is untradeable. However, just because it's possible doesn't mean it's probable. Yes, Austin gave an awful performance during the worst time possible, but that doesn't change the fact that he's a good player performing well beyond his current contract. The Lakers know this better than anyone, and Woik also illustrated that earlier in his newsletter. 1. The Lakers and the most important people in the organization all love Reaves and his journey from undrafted free agent to a talent that people think is all-star caliber. And, at just $14 million next season, he'll be one of the most productive players in the league per dollar minus some superstars on the very early stages of their rookie deals. After the season ended, President of Basketball Operations Rob Pelinka reinforced his belief in Reaves' play. Pelinka said his confidence in Reaves was at an all-time high. So, clearly the organization is not suffering from recency bias. As things stand right now, Reaves is still an electrifying player the Lakers love, who has yet to reach his prime. This postseason showed some flaws and was a setback, but a bump in the road isn't the end of one's path. Until we hear more and see what free agency looks like, it seems likely that Austin will have a shot at redemption in a purple and gold uniform next season. However, summer is just getting started, and how things look in late May could be very different from what they are in early July. Lakers view Austin Reaves as one of their 3 pillars. GM Rob Pelinka cites the trio of LeBron James, Luka Doncic and Reaves as a great starting point for their foundation. If there were any doubts about Austin Reaves standing with the Lakers, General Manager Rob Pelinka provided clarity on how Reaves is viewed by the organization. When your foundation for those three players is that they're players of high character and a highly competitive nature, that's the perfect starting point. To have three players like that, Pelinka responded when asked about the benefit of having training camp ahead of the 2025-26 season. LeBron James is a selfless player, high character. All he cares about is winning. Luka Doncic, the same. Austin Reaves, the same. When you get those three pillars in a training camp environment and you're starting to build an ethos around them, that's a great starting point. Pelinka, referring to Reaves as one of the team's pillars, along with Doncic and James, aligns with the sentiments that been expressed about Reaves throughout 2024-25. But the questions about Reaves have been louder, at least externally, since the team's season ended April 30th after being knocked out of the first round of the playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves, with Reaves' name being in a constant swirl of trade buzz over the last couple of weeks. Some of the buzz has little to do with Reaves. The video player is currently playing an ad. The Lakers' obvious needs of upgrading their big man rotation and wing depth, which Pelinka directly addressed before the season ended, have led to rumors about the Lakers possibly including Reaves in a trade to address one of their roster/personnel holes. Reaves' struggles in the Lakers' 5-game first-round series against the Timberwolves also added fuel to the fire that are trade rumors. "Obviously I didn't have the series that I wanted to have," Reaves said during his end-of-season news conference. "You could point the finger at me. I really don't care. I wasn't good enough to help us be successful and I wish I could have done more, but I didn't. I struggled. You live and you learn. And I guarantee that I'll get back to work this offseason and be better." And despite the chemistry of Doncic, James, and Reaves improving as they got more time on the court together, questions about their collective fit will continue to be asked until they produce and win on a bigger stage in the playoffs. "Just play better," Reaves said. "I feel like I'm talented enough to do that. As I feel like I've proven over and over again throughout my whole life. There's millions of people that would have never known me if I was never in this position, because, quite frankly, nobody thought I was ever going to be in this position. I've continued to prove myself over and over again. And I'm going to go to work and do the same thing next year. That's really it. I just needed to be better, and I wasn't." But Reaves' standing remains strong within the organization, which champions Reaves' journey from going undrafted in 2021 to a player widely viewed as having all-star potential. The 26-year-old is entering his theoretical prime and is coming off a career year with averages of 20.2 points, 5.8 assists and 4.5 rebounds in 73 games, all starts, and making a career-best 203-pointers, 37.7% shooting from beyond the arc, 46% from the field overall. Reaves was one of 13 players to average at least 20 points/5.5 assists/4.5 rebounds in 2024-25, including Doncic, James, Oklahoma City's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Denver's Nikola Jokic, Milwaukee's Giannis Antetokounmpo, Boston's Jason Tatum, Detroit's Cade Cunningham, Charlotte's LaMelo Ball, Milwaukee's Damian Lillard, Miami's Tyler Herro, San Antonio's De'Aaron Fox and the Clippers' James Harden. And with a $13.9 million salary for 2025-26, which is just under the $14.1 million non-taxpayer mid-level exception for next season, Reaves will again be on a team-friendly deal. Which also makes it challenging to have Reaves involved in a trade for another player as productive or good as him, since most who'd qualify would either make double, or even triple, his salary. But that likely won't be the case for long. Reaves has a $14.9 million player option for 2026-27, which he's likely to decline and become an unrestricted free agent during the 2026 offseason. He'll become eligible for a contract extension in early July, but the 4-year, $89.2 million maximum extension the Lakers could offer him is well below what Reaves would likely sign for on the open market. If he becomes a free agent in the 2026 offseason, he could sign a contract worth up to 25% of the salary cap with the Lakers or another team with cap space. The first-year salary of a theoretical long-term deal would be around $42.5 million. But those business matters are ones the Lakers will likely be glad to work through when the time comes. The Lakers' trade for Doncic showed why the never say never cliché is a reality in the NBA. But it isn't clear whether a player will be available for the Lakers to trade for that'd make it worth including Reeves. For now, it's evident how much Reeves is valued by his team. And why it's likely he'll be back with the Lakers next season. Lakers star reportedly recovering from serious injury. The Los Angeles Lakers lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs in 5 games despite having superstars LeBron James and Luka Doncic and home court advantage. The Timberwolves, who beat the Golden State Warriors in the second round to advance to the conference finals for the second year in a row, won games 1, 3, 4, and 5 versus the Lakers. To make matters worse, James suffered a grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee in Game 5 at home. The leading scorer in NBA history is using the summer to recover from the ailment. The 40-year-old James isn't the only Lakers starter dealing with an injury. According to Dan Woik of the Los Angeles Times, Austin Reeves is still recovering from a serious toe injury. Yet according to people with knowledge of the situation, Reeves is still recovering from a serious toe sprain, though it's improving and not expected to require surgery. And it's not like the big moments have always brought out the worst of him, as he helped build his reputation in the organization with the way he played in the Lakers' biggest games, Woik wrote. Reeves played well for the Lakers in the regular season. He averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists in 73 games while shooting 46% from the field, 37.7% from 3 and 87.7% from the foul line. However, Reeves' numbers went down in the Timberwolves series. The undrafted shooting guard averaged 16.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists while shooting 41.1% overall, 31.9% from 3 and 85.7% from the foul line. Neither James nor Reeves will need surgery this summer. Reeves is under contract for next season, while James has a player option to return to the Lakers. Reeves has spent his entire career in Los Angeles. He has career averages of 14.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 4.3 assists. Lakers' perfect solution to center issue is still alive in NBA playoffs. The Lakers' number one need heading into the offseason is finding a reliable center. The lack of a reliable center was on full display in their embarrassing loss to the Wolves in 5 games. They couldn't consistently defensive rebound in that series, ultimately culminating in a Rudy Gobert masterclass in Game 5. There will be a number of quality centers available in free agency this summer, but one under-the-radar name Rob Pelinka should consider is Celtics center Luke Kornet. Luke Kornet is set to become an unrestricted free agent in July, and he has emerged onto the scene as a legitimately good defender this season. Kornet averaged a career high of 18.3 minutes per game this season. During his minutes, he showcased terrific screening ability on offense and rim protection on defense. Kornet also quietly averaged a career-high 1.6 assists per game, translating to an excellent 1.03 assist-to-usage ratio. That assist-to-usage rate places him in the 84th percentile amongst bigs. More importantly was his efficiency around the rim, as he converted on 74% of his rim attempts this season. Defense is the big selling point for Kornet, as he finished the season ranked 87th percentile in defensive EPM according to DunkCenthrees.com. He showcased his ability to alter shots at the rim as teams shot -5.2% worse at the rim with Kornet on the floor compared to when he was off the floor against the Celtics this season. Kornet has proven he can be a quality backup center on an elite team, but I'd argue that he probably has done enough to warrant an opportunity to see starter minutes in the right situation. At worst, the Lakers will be getting a great rim protector to shore up their defense behind Luka and LeBron. But, I think Kornet's prior ability to shoot threes and his ability to pass effectively are the key to unlocking his starter upside. The Celtics didn't need Kornet to do those things, given the amount of shooting they had, but the Lakers could ask him to do more in certain lineups. Kornet is the perfect target for a cap-stressed team like LA because he shouldn't cost more than $10 million per year. He has offensive upside as a shooter and roller, but most important is his proven ability as a screener, lob threat, and rim protector alongside Luka Doncic. Rob Pelinka should target Kornet in free agency.